Here's a quick one. Talk about the BBC and propaganda and George Orwell and what a genius and prophet he was. Listen to this tweet that it's by the very intelligent partisan girl, and she says, "My God, BBC altered a 2014 article about Kurds, removing the words historically nomadic and changing it to indigenous. They're rewriting history as we speak." And she gives the archive link in the changed article, which I'll put down below. But how about this, I mean, if you've read 1984, I read it young, and a really impressive part of the book was when Winston described his job working in the Ministry of Truth. And he was going through the historic archives and changing them, rewriting them. So the enemies of yesterday were the allies, or vice versa, whatever was required to suit the current political situation. And it was really scary, poignant, because, nothing was real. Not only was it not real, but it's in a constant state of flux because it's permanently changing. So people would have the memory span of, well, nothing in the end. They would have no knowledge. Whether they accepted that they were living a lie or not is probably highly unlikely. So here is the BBC doing it now. The plan is changing in Syria. The Americans are training up the Kurds. They think they would like to see an army of 80,000. They're not very happy. I'm quoting from memory here. Your old American general was saying they have 10,000 and they'd like to 80,000 to keep the area stable. Carving off a lump of Syria, giving it to these guys. The plan is, hopefully it will never bear fruit. And here is the BBC going backwards and scrubbing the nomadic part, which the Kurds always were. They always said they were highly religious. They didn't care for ownership. They were nomads, and they used to move to and fro between Turkey and Iraq and I don't know how many other regions. So when the hard borders came in, they kept finding themselves stuck. They're not well loved by their hosts precisely because of that free nature they have. I don't know too much about them. This is what I understand. But what about the BBC? Rewriting history, saying that they're indigenous now. They belong there, preparing the ground for what must come, for the future plan. It's very disturbing, I think. There you go. That with you.